Greetings ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this patch video for Thief Lord from the website Royal Road. This patch video will contain chapters 39 and 40, and as always, I hope that you enjoy, and if you do, please consider subscribing. Chapter 39, The End. Echoes of sprinting feet reach me as my underlings and I wait for the incoming trio of undead bearing down on us. My cutburst scouted ahead and found a cluster of 2 zombies and a ghoul, and I'm feeling confident that we can bring them down. The cutburst finally turns around a bend in the tunnel, sprinting towards us as fast as he can. Before he reaches my line of hoodlums, however, he dives forward, aiming for the gap between the 2 half-orcs. "Here they come," Cobra says with glee, raising his short sword threateningly. As if on cue, the first monster turns around the corner, a feral ghoul, and surprisingly on all 4, its razor-sharp teeth dripping with saliva. "Whoa, you're one ugly mother trucker," Cobra shouts, taking a step forward. The ghoul bellows in a high-pitched shriek as it comes to his taunt. It throws itself towards the reckless abandon, closing the distance between us rapidly. In its blood-dazed fury, the ghoul misses a single wire at the ankle height, stretching out from one side of the tunnel to the other. As the wire is cut, a wooden flail launches from the roof, impacting the ghoul head-on. The ghoul shrieks in pain as the flail smashes into its face, the pale grey skin shearing off while a single spike pierces its eye. Ouch! That looks painful. Between the quick pace of the ghoul and the hard impact of the flail, it must have been a critical hit, because the ghoul is knocked off balance, slamming into the ground in front of us. No one ought to lose out on such an opportunity. Cobra throws himself at the ghoul, sword first. "Cheap shot, fight dirty," I shout as I activate my 2 offensive abilities. My underlings' weapons glow with a power as they charge forwards, meeting the 2 zombies who just turned the corner head-on. My dwarven hoodlum takes on the first zombie with the help of my 2 cutpurses, while the 2 half-orc twins keep the second zombie occupied. My 2 spotters attack all 3 enemies as soon as they find an opening. I stand back, carefully eyeing the battle, trying to keep an eye on my underlings' health bars. The most important contribution I can do is make sure none of their health drops to a point to fall into critical levels. It's rough for a moment when one of the half-orcs takes a nasty stab to the neck, but I quickly move forwards and force a health potion down his throat. The battle is a stalemate for close to half a minute, neither of the sides giving up on any ground. Both sides get a few good hits in on the other, but it soon becomes clear that we have the strength in numbers. The zombies fighting my dwarven hoodlum and my 2 cutbursts falls first, the high amount of damage too much for the walking corpse to take. The second zombie dies soon after, the combined attack from nearly all of my underlings overwhelming it. When only the ghoul is left alive, Cobra shouts a warning. "And back, the fricker is mine!" He grins while dodging a side swipe from the ghoul's single remaining claw. I nod for my underlings to heed his words and signal for them to circle the ghoul. Normally, I would order them just to pile onto the ghoul and save time and energy by killing it quickly, but I've come to know my lieutenant these past few days, and single combat seems to lift his morale, making it far easier for me to deal with him. I can respect his sentiment, but I'll make damn sure that he won't die though. Resurrecting him takes a lot of time and money. Inspect the fighting pair. Human elite hoodlum Cobra 9, HP 210 out of 420. Feral Ghoul 13, HP 130 out of 480. Cobra is winning the battle, but his advantage may have faded now the 2 active skills have run their course. It doesn't stop him from grinning from ear to ear though. The ghoul, panicking from being surrounded, shrieks once more and before he lunges at Cobra, desperately trying to take my lieutenant with him into death. Grinning, Cobra sidesteps, causing the ghoul to stumble past. He swings his sword from his side and nicks the ghoul's shoulder, crying in pain. The ghoul swings on its heel and throws itself to more Cobra. The sound of metal striking claw echoes through the tunnel as Cobra parries the blow. The ghoul keeps its frenzy, reckless swinging at its opponent. Cobra jumps deftly to side, dodging a few blows while parrying the rest. He takes another gash through the forearm, but he manages to strike the ghoul 3 times in return. The pair continue their dance for a little longer until Cobra starts to grow tired. Being up against an undead ghoul has an endless amount of stamina. The elite hoodlum grows slower and his muscles can't keep up with his actions. Seeing this, the ghoul lunges once more at Cobra, hitting him straight in the chest. Being too tired to react, Cobra takes a blow head-on and the pair slams to the ground. Cobra rolls over, pinning the claw to the ground beneath him, but he can't do anything to block the ghoul's teeth, which sinks deep into his shoulder. "Ah, you little bugger!" he shouts in pain, lifting his sword. He points the tip to the ghoul's head, forcing it forwards until the tip pierces the grey flesh. With a wet, squelching sound, the blade slides deeper into the ghoul, goes stiff. The ghoul's life fades from its eyes as it finally dies. Groaning in pain, Cobra pushes the corpse off of him, breathing raggedly. "That little fricker was tougher than he looked," he chuckles, as pained with a grimace. "Not enough, though," he guffaws, coughing twice as he groans in pain. Shaking my head, I chuckle at his antics. It's got close for a moment there, but he still has more than 50 points of health left. If he had gone any lower, then I might have intervened. It was a good fight, and the result is even better. I grinned. "Congratulations, you have reached level 10. You have gained 3 free attribute points and 1 skill point. Cheap Shot has leveled up to Novice 7. Fighting Dirty has leveled up to Novice 4. Finally, I smile. It's been 3 intensive days of grinding, but I finally managed to reach this milestone. I've hardly had time to rest, but it was all worth it. My schedule these last 3 days have been pretty intense. I already know I'm far too underpowered to do anything at the moment, and I need to do whatever I can to catch up to the main player base. Lucky for me, the process is much quicker this time around. Unlike when I played as a necromancer, I don't have to carefully select my hunting grounds anymore, as these sewers are still secret to anyone but the Dark Pegasus Guild. The best thing is probably that I don't need to worry too much about running into stray players. The only real threat comes from those 2 doofuses, Greg and Kevin, but at the speed I'm going, they will hardly catch up. I know I've been fooling around a bit too much. I've been constantly blowing off several requests to socialize with Anna, just so that I could dedicate all my time to grinding without any interruptions. I've been grinding for 16 hours per day, followed by 6 hours of crafting, while my underlings ran a few easy jobs. I've also added in 2 hours to my schedule to take care of all the necessities, like eating, exercising, and going to the bathroom. My body is aching all over, but no good results have ever come without pain. The gains have been pretty good so far. Not only have I gained several skill levels in all my skills, but I've also gained a fair stockpile of gold, common weapons, and alchemy ingredients. I've picked the offensive fight dirty skill at level 9, and my experimenting with the use of traps has come in a long way. And now, it is time to get another one. I quickly open up my available Thief Lord skills that I'm able to get. Available class skills. Fight Smart. Increases invasion by 0.2 luck plus 0.2 times skill level for 1 minute plus 1 second per skill level. Cooldown 20 minutes minus 5 seconds per skill level. Gang Up. Gain increased damage when fighting 3-1 by 0.5 luck plus 0.5 times skill level. Bail. All troops escape and evade. Evasion increases by 1% times skill level. Movement speed moving away from enemies increases by 2% times skill level. Duration 30 seconds plus 0.5 seconds per skill level. Cooldown 60 minutes minus 15 seconds per skill level. Rush. Increase movement speed by 0.2 luck plus 0.2 times skill level percent for 30 seconds plus 0.5 seconds per skill level. Cooldown 20 minutes minus 5 seconds per skill level. Disarm. Makes Underling disarm an opponent. Chance of success 0.5 luck plus 0.2 times skill level per Underling. Stackable. Bountiful. Increases the yield of successful jobs by 0.5 luck plus 0.5 times skill level percent. Incite Crowd. Causes NPCs to actively distract and obstruct enemies for 0.1 charisma seconds plus 0.1 seconds per skill level. Cooldown 60 minutes minus 15 seconds per skill level. Cheat Death. Upon taking fatal damage, clear all status effects and turn invulnerable for 0.1 seconds per 0.5 luck and instantly heal for luck plus 5 times skill level. Cooldown 24 hours minus 5 minutes per skill level. I've already managed to pick up a fair amount of class skills so far, and the remaining options all look great additions to my repertoire. I am particularly eyeing out that Fight Smart, Gang Up, and Disarm and Cheat Death at the moment. The 3 first ones because they'll improve my combat ability by leaps and bounds, and the last one because it'll be invaluable ace up my sleeve for the day that I bite more than I can chew. Regardless, I've been playing along with my own dumb luck so far, and I definitely need to up my participation in rating and during combat. I've been putting off selecting Cheat Death for too long already, but I have also to keep postponing it a little longer. It's a vital skill for survival, but at level 1 it just isn't that powerful. So far, I've hardly faced any enemies in combat that has been in a position to instantly kill me. While surviving a fatal blow is invaluable, it won't help if the level 1 skill will leave me too weak to survive a second blow. A blow that would be inevitable if someone managed to attack me to begin with. A second and a half of invisibility won't save me. I need the skill to level up before I can make full use of it. Grinding it by myself was both pointless and risky, so I need to get a hold of a luck skill book before I can start to pay dividends. I really want the skill, but first of all, I need to be able to end the fight before I'm put into danger. Therefore, the smartest thing that I can do is choose the ability to scale best in the long run. I select Fight Smart. Satisfied with my choice, I decide to bring up my acquired skill list, checking up from the fruits of my hard labor. Class skills. Mentor. Increases underling experience gains by 5% multiplied by skill level. Current skill level, Novice 8. Doppelganger. Instantaneously switch position with an underling, range 1 meter plus 0.2 times skill level. Cooldown 20 minutes minus 5 seconds per skill level. Current skill level, Novice 7. Cheap Shot. Gives underlings a damage bonus to the first attack in a fight equal to luck plus skill level for 5 minutes, plus 5 seconds per skill level, or until the first attack has been made. Cooldown 20 minutes minus 5 seconds per skill level. Current skill level, Novice 7. Fight Dirty. Gain attack damage equal to luck plus 0.5 multiplied by skill level for 1 minute, plus 1 second per skill level. Cooldown 20 minutes minus 5 seconds per skill level. Current skill level, Novice 4. Fight Smart. Increases evasion by 0.2 luck plus 0.2 times skill level for 1 minute, plus 1 second per skill level. Cooldown 20 minutes minus 5 seconds per skill level. Current skill level, Novice 1. It's not a bad collection, and I'm turning into quite a powerhouse. The majority of my skills are great for skating into the late game, but training skills takes a long time. That's the downside of farming monsters above my level for 3 days straight. My personal level may shoot up, but it hardly matters if my skill levels can't catch up. A character is only as good as the skills after all, and if I neglect training my skills, the sooner or later I will be hit a wall when doing combat. Being what is basically a one-man army, I need every advantage that I can get. This is also why I've been chucking every available attribute point into luck, since most of these skills scale off luck. This is the best way for me to compensate for my lack of levels. Hunting in the sewers has been fruitful, and I should keep striking while the iron is hot. I need to take a break though. Grinding for 3 days straight has exhausted me, both mentally and in terms of resources. I've pretty much spent every single crafting regent I bought from Odin, and I've already outleveled my own gear. I don't think that I'm quite ready to go on another spending spree quite yet, but I at least have to restock some materials. Maybe run a job or two. It would be nice to have a change of pace from these blasted tunnels. Before all of that, though, I need to look over the latest development amongst my underlings. Level 10 is a milestone for any character, more so for a thief lord. This is where most dramatic changes occur. First and foremost, this is when my underlings graduate from being a measly Tier 1 scrubs into their much more powerful Tier 2 brethren. Yep, it's underling promotion time. I open up my full underling tab. Human, Elite Thug, Cobra, Level 10, Underling, Lieutenant, Fighter, HP 450 out of 450, Infamy Tier 1. Human Cutthroat 10, T2 Underling Rogue, HP 200 out of 200, Infamy Tier 1. Wood Elf Prowler 10, T2 Underling, Ranged, HP 160 out of 160, Infamy Tier 1. Dwarf Swindler 10, T2 Underling, Agent, HP 160 out of 160, Infamy Tier 0. Dwarf Thug 10, T2 Underling, Fighter, HP 300 out of 300, Infamy Tier 1. Dark Elf Poisoner, Underling, Specialist, HP 160 out of 160, Infamy Tier 1. Halfling Prowler 10, T2 Underling, Ranged, HP 160 out of 160, Infamy Tier 1. Half Orc Hoodlum 9, T1 Underling, Fighter, HP 280 out of 280, Infamy Tier 1. Half Orc Hoodlum 9, T1 Underling, Fighter, HP 280 out of 280, Infamy Tier 1. Gnome Cutpurse 9, T1 Underling, Rogue, HP 185 out of 185, Infamy Tier 1. Human Beggar 9, T1 Underling, Agent, HP 150 out of 150, Infamy Tier 1. Excellent. Almost all of my underlings who reach level 10 alongside me have already been promoted. I thank whatever game deity is watching over me that the developers decided to add the mentor skill, because training all these underlings would have been a pain otherwise. It won't be long until my 4 remaining underlings will catch up either. All my underlings will follow a set path of evolution as soon as I reach a new milestone. At level 10, my hoodlums will be promoted into thugs, the cutpurses will be turned into cutthroats, and spotters into prowlers, and my beggars into swindlers. The next milestone I reach will be at level 30, so I guess I'll get used to the new titles for a while. Anyway, with the promotion to Tier 2 comes a lot of benefits. Not only have they gained fancy new classes, but they have also gained a bunch of new abilities. All my combat-related underlings get a couple new combat abilities, but the thugs and prowlers gain the biggest bonus. They both gain a lesser stealth version, making sneaking around and ambushing our prey a little easier. The ability may not be powerful, and most characters can see through the stealth if they have close enough, but it makes a huge impact nonetheless. I can't stress enough how much I've craved for this ability for a while, and now I finally have it. It adds a whole lot of flexibility to my tactics. The changes to my beggars are a little more comprehensive though, and from the outside not much has changed. Even though the new title is Swindler, the underling gets an ability similar to my incognito skill. While this weakens their ability to stay completely hidden from prying eyes, it doesn't come without certain advantages. While they may have a new title and more powerful abilities, most players with a low perception score will still not see through their ruse. The swindler will no longer have to be looked into a brawl as a beggar, but can now also masquerade as a wandering merchant, a bard, or a craftsman. This will not only make it harder for swindlers to be targeted particularly, but the information gathering skills are more powerful, granting me more information on uncovered jobs. The bonus from my underlings are all powerful, but I can't help but worry about the road going forward. Level 10 is not only a positive milestone for a thief lord. While my strength just grew, so does the consequences. Earlier, losing my underlings didn't cost me anything but losing all the items in their inventory. It's painful, yes, but as long as the death of the monsters and not players, the loss wouldn't be too hard to swallow. The items could always be recovered somehow. Going forward, they will lose far more if they die. After reaching level 10, my underlings will also lose the same amount of levels as I do when they die. I can see how my losing 5 levels would suck, but when my underlings who fight with the frontline also lose 5 levels if they die, the consequences could be huge. The only upside is that they are unable to drop past level 10, but the loss of levels can easily set me weeks behind, months at higher levels. This demerit is so severe it can easily make me cower away when making rash decisions. Every death will sting, every loss of the underling a setback. This is a milestone that broke most other villains. It would have broken more if it wasn't just because the mentor skill helps some have time for underlings to die. Regardless, this is where the game for the villain truly begins. This marks the end of the tutorial. End of chapter. Chapter 40. Greed is good. We trudge along through the sewers. I'm really looking forward to relax for a bit. Grinding is hard work, and it would be pointless to become the best if I can't enjoy a trip to the top. I can't burn out, especially not now when I can't afford to play as fast as loose anymore. Well, not that I had much better off before. We make good time heading south and out to the Harbour District sewers. I didn't really notice earlier, but we managed to push pretty deeply into the sewers. The monsters become increasingly tougher the deeper we go, and today was the first day that I started finding ghouls. They're tough little buggers, and the two we came across were both at level 13. I'm still pretty impressed at how Cobra managed to fight them so well considering the huge level gap. We round the corner and immediately come to a halt. 2 dead ghouls are laying on the ground, and they weren't there earlier. Crap, who did this? Was it another player? I immediately cast Comedian on myself and order my underlings to spread out. Their grey mist envelops me, obscuring my features from view. The corpses are lying in the middle of a T-junction in the sewers, and my underlings form groups of 3 and move down each corridor. I have one low-level hoodlum backtrack down the tunnel we came from, making sure that I didn't just walk into an ambush. Who could this be? There's no way Greg and Kevin could have caught up to me as of yet, could they? No, not unless they recruited a few more party members and decided to go through an equally rough grinding session as I did. Considering the Dark Pegasus Guild doesn't have any other low-level members below 20, I doubt that they are allowed to reveal the existence of the sewers. Could this be a work of some other player? The sewers are well hidden, and it's not impossible to believe that some other player managed to stumble upon an entrance. It's actually very likely that someone did by now, but why haven't they made it public information yet? My mind is working overtime as I wait for my underlings to return. The 2 nearby corpses catch my eye, and something looks off. The way that they died. I break my spell and move over towards the dead ghouls. This is odd. The corpses look all wrong. Their grey skin has gained a sickly green tinge to it, and the other bodies are covered in bleeding boils that are dripping with thick black pus. I can also spot a few oddly shaped bumps all over their bodies, and don't get me started on the stench. Oh my, nasty. It's clear that they weren't killed by any type of physical weapon, and I don't see any signs of regular offensive magic being used. It also sort of looks like they dropped dead where they stood. No. What killed these 2 ghouls appears to be some kind of nasty disease. Is this a naturally occurring phenomenon? Could a player even have done this? My musings are cut short by the return of my patrols. Cobra walks up to me, a grim look in his face. Thus, we walked a distance to the northwestern passage and we came upon a few more corpses. They seemed to be a little fresher than these things, and they were definitely killed the same way. He looks down nervously at his shoulders. I have a really bad feeling about this, boss. Whatever killed them is very powerful. I recommend we get the hell out of here as fast as we can. I'm inclined to agree. Whatever is ahead is definitely beyond my capability to handle. These dead ghouls didn't look like they were able to put up much of a fight, which means the creature ahead is either a player of at least 10 levels above or a roaming boss of some kind. Neither of these options are particularly good for my well-being. Why would such a high-level player be down here, though? It makes no sense. Killing these monsters should give them next to no experience, and the loot is pretty much useless to them. Could he actually be a roaming boss? If so, then it might drop some sick loot. This is still level 10 to 19 zone. Perhaps the boss is something I can handle. I need more information. We should follow it, slowly, and as from far away as possible, I say, looking down the corridor the Cobra came from. Are you sure, boss? Cobra says, throwing me a nervous glance. Don't worry, we won't fight whatever it is. I just want to find out who or what it is. The information gained could be crucial. Cobra nods, but still looks pretty uncomfortable. I totally get it, and I'm not planning on taking any chances on this one. Before I send my cutthroat ahead, I pull out one of my few remaining traps. I've been saving the good ones for a special occasion, and this right here certainly qualifies. Thanks to the game logic, it only takes me a couple dozen seconds to fully set up the trap in place. The game mechanics assist in sliding the correct pieces into place with little effort from my side. I do enjoy the system assists, and using traps without it would become a tiresome adventure if I had to spend half an hour for every trap I placed. Games are really convenient in certain regards. With the trap fully in place, I order my cutthroat to scout ahead. I make sure to stay far behind with Cobra by my side, and we move forward at a snail's pace. We follow the trail of dead monsters further northwest and deeper into the sewers. At every intersection of the tunnel we arrive in, I place another trap. We're starting to head deeper into the sewers than I have ever been before. The only reason I haven't given up and left already is that the creature ahead of us has done a thorough job of murdering every monster in the vicinity. Still, there is a limit to how long I'll pursue this venture. We walk on eggshells for a while, slowly making our way forward. I'm getting a really bad feeling about this. After we move a few hundred meters, we are hit by a repugnant smell that reeks of death that only grows stronger the further we move. Which is kind of impressive, considering that we're down in the fricking sewers. This can really only mean that we're close to reaching whatever creature calls home. And the ominous atmosphere is creeping me out. After passing a third junction, I'm about to call the pursuit off when my cutthroat quickly scurries down the tunnel ahead. Stopping in front of me, he gives me a sign that he found something. Finally, I have Cobra and the Prowler follow the cutthroat back down the corridor while I retreat a bit further back to the other way. I can't be too careful under these circumstances. After a couple minutes, and without seeing any notifications that my underlings died, the trio returns. Report. We found a door, Cobra says. A door? I furrow my brows. What the hell is a door doing down here? I haven't seen any doors here before. Yes, there's a wooden door blocking off the tunnel 40 meters down. It was unlocked, so we decided to have a little peek at what was on the other side. You won't believe this, boss, but there is an entire laboratory set up down here. It looks like really valuable as well, he grins, his greed completely evaporating his earlier fears. A laboratory? Why would... Could this be a boss lair? Did you see anyone? I inquire. No, sorry, boss. There was some sort of fog or mist of some kind obscuring the view. No one jumped out to kill us, though, so it might be safe. At the very least, I bet that we would just be hard to spot for them as they are for us, he shrugs. Interesting. I'm not sure if I should call it quits while I'm ahead or check this out further. If this is indeed a roaming boss, then the longer I stay, the higher risk of my demise. On the other hand, if this is indeed a roaming, then his laboratory should be ripe for a little plundering. If I move fast, that is. I've never shied away from a little risk before, and if this is indeed a roaming boss as I suspect, then my underling's gear should be recoverable with a retreat back down the corridor. The potential gains would rival this risk. However, I need to practice being cautious at one point or another. Maybe this would be a great time to... frick it. Greed is good. I take point and lead my underlings down the tunnel. Even though I'm doing this crap, I will play it safe as I can. We soon come upon the wooden door. It's a shady-looking door, and there is no doubt in my mind that this isn't part of the original architecture, as the wooden boards don't match the chiseled stone walls of the sewer tunnels. A single piece of rope is used as a handle, and the door is resting on a couple rusted iron hinges. Whoever made this certainly didn't build it to keep enemies out. Another point in favor of this being a boss's lair. I gently place the last of my special traps directly in front of the door, connecting the tripwire to the handle. The way I set it up makes sure that the trap will only trigger if the door is fully opened, and not if it only opens slightly, enough for a humanoid body to slip in. With the trap set, I slowly open the door, trying to take a good peek inside. The smell threatens to knock me out cold. Holy crap, it reeks. I think it's safe to say that I found the source of whatever this I'm pursuing. The room is beyond not particularly large. It's round, with what I estimate is roughly 40 meters across. There's a dense cloud hovering over the room that makes it difficult to look around. The room appears to be a small cistern where 4 corridors, excluding the one I'm in, connects to. I've come across a few of these rooms earlier, but never one that appears to be occupied. If this is indeed a boss lair, then it should make it difficult to maneuver this area of the sewers without eventually ending up here. Very peculiar. It's an odd place to create a lair, as they are usually located in the most remote area possible. At the center of the room, next to the cistern, I spot a few wooden tables with a bunch of glass vials and various canisters containing unknown substances. There is also a large cauldron at the center which is currently boiling. It seems like this is what is currently creating the smutty mist in the room. I don't see anyone else here. Whoever calls this place home is either not here, or they are hiding in the mist on the other side of the room. It could have been a hidden boss that only triggers when its prey is already inside the room, though, trapping us inside when we walk deep enough. No one to take any chances, I order my 2 half-orc hoodlums to take my point. Not only are they some of my lowest level underlings, but they also have the worst gear. If this is indeed a trap, my losses would be minimal. The 2 hoodlums soundlessly comply and push themselves past me into the room. I watch with anticipation as they inch their way deeper into the room, spreading out to cover as much ground as possible. When the 2 half-orcs reach the laboratory without being attacked, I release a deep breath. Whatever monster calls this place home, it's not here. Excellent. We should probably grab whatever we can and run as quickly as possible. I quickly step into the room, pausing at the door to make sure that I didn't accidentally trigger something. When nothing happens, I order Cobra to follow me, and whilst the rest of my underlings wait outside. Time is of the essence, and if we have to hightail it out of here, then I'd rather not all my underlings get stuck in a bottleneck of the door. Reaching the laboratory, we take a peek around. Now that I'm closer, I can see the wide variety of alchemical ingredients stacked on the table. Damn, these things must be worth a fortune. It would take months of grinding to get some of these. What's going on? Why are all these expensive materials just lying around? And what are they used for? I recognized a few of them, and most can be used for some rather nasty next-level blight potions. And this cauldron, what is this boss creating here? I take a step towards the ominous-looking cauldron, which spews a steady stream of vapor into the air. Peeking into the boiling contents within, I accidentally breathe in a direct dose of some of the mist. You have been afflicted by poison. You take 10 damage per second for 30 seconds. Oh crap! I throw myself backwards as quickly as I can. That crap is poison. Oh hell no. That thing can frickin' kill me. Everyone grab as many ingredients as you can and let's get the hell out of here. Cobra, with me now. I shout as I quickly backtrack while pulling out a health potion from my inventory. What the hell is such a strong poison doing in a level 10 to 19 zone anyway? Roaming boss or not, this thing is way out of my league. We make 2/3 of the way back towards the tunnel when a voice booms across the room. Who goes there? Oh crap. My eyes go wide as I search the room for the source of the voice. A lone figure appears on the right side of the room, entering from a different tunnel adjacent to the one I'm in. Quickly walking into the room, the person glares at my 2 hoodlums, who are busy pilfering his stash of ingredients. Hoodlums, here, he mutters, just loud enough for me to hear. No, I know what you are. His head snaps to the side, his eyes staring at me. Crap. I momentarily freeze as the man squints at me. Who the hell are you and how did you get down here? He shouts at me, surprise evident on his face. His head turns back towards the 2 orcs who step away from the laboratory. Oi! What do you think you're doing? Those ingredients are mine! He bellows, glaring at me. His sudden shout breaks me out of my trance, and I immediately inspect him. Human plaguebringer, unknown 23, villain, HP unknown out of unknown, MP unknown out of unknown. Oh crap! Another villain! Hey, sorry about that, I didn't know this stuff was yours, I said quickly, raising my hands in front of me. And you expect me to believe that? A level 10 thief lord wouldn't survive this deep inside the zone. Were you following me? Since when? He shouts. Dude, chill, I haven't been following you for long. I spotted a trail of odd corpses that led this way. I thought this was a lair of a roaming boss or something. How about we just laugh this off in mistake and walk our separate ways, yeah? I didn't see you, you didn't see me, okay? Bullcrap, you triggered the alarm twice. You knew exactly who and what was in here. How much do you know? He screams, his face turning red. This is bad. That was one of my underlings scouting ahead, dude. I don't know anything. I'll give you back your ingredients we took, okay? I try to calm the angry man down. The plaguebringer glares at me, not saying a word. You're damn right you're giving it back, he eventually says, and everything you have on you. He adds, his eyes starting to glow green. You won't stop me from wiping out the city. Oh, crap. End of chapter. And that, my friends, concludes this patch video. If you enjoy the story, please don't forget to go and show the author some support. And if you wish to support this channel, there are links down below. The easiest way to support this channel would be to subscribe and share as much as possible to help this channel grow. And I'll see you all in the next video, and until then I hope you all keep well and safe. Cheers.